Aimless Adventures in Meadowlands.
Wow, hello.
Hair's looking good.
I've got to get the list.
Get the list. Can't have a live without the list.
Well, the list is pretty short. I didn't bother you hardly at all about it.
You didn't?
Nope. So how's everybody doing? Happy hump day to everybody?
Happy hump day. Yes.
Weather was nice here. There.
So nice.
T-shirt weather.
Yeah, I was out in shorts and a t-shirt today. It was a little chilly in the shorts, and it's been really nice. Like 60 yesterday, and it was like 50 today. It's supposed to be like 65 on Friday. They're long, cold,
snowy,
miserable winter. We are ready for some mud. That's what we got.
Yeah, the mud is it's wild, but not too wild.
No.
So far, it'll get worse.
Right. I mean, we did have like 2 feet of snow melt, and then we did have like a week's worth of rain. So, yeah, it's going pretty well. Hi, Teresa Poli.
Hello. How are you?
How's Vermont?
Are you already in Vermont?
I don't think so.
Hello, Joanne Carlton and Ann and Rick Dorman.
Fam's all here.
Family reunion.
Yep. So, it's been nice, you know. And the alpacas are very happy that they finally have some grass. Whether they don't really graze on it or anything, but
hey TNS, how are you?
They don't like to walk on the snow, so it's nice that now they have a lot more of their pasture to roam around on. Rob Holy, mud season approaching. Yep. So.
TNS posted on their Instagram a picture of their rooster today. He's looking very handsome.
Ah.
I'm excited.
Cool.
I'm excited for some babies.
Newbie Sitters, what's up?
Lovely's gardening project. Love Ladies.
Love
Hello.
Ladies.
Oh, hi Brian, how are you? Hello, Raven Cat.
Raven Cat.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. They posted a picture of their car with like, it looked like little teeny tiny bits of snow, and I was like, oh, boo. Like we get buried in it. But my friend Jesse, who comes to the live sometimes, he texted me today that they're expecting 2 feet of snow in Colorado on Friday.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's going to go storm shopping, which also made me glad that I don't still work at a grocery store.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I was looking at the long-term forecast, and it looks like it's going to be above freezing for like the next month, which is dandy.
Above freezing for the next month, so does that mean, hey Meg, so does that mean we're out of frost danger?
I don't think so. No. Because we're still, our last frost date is April 30th.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was usually in May.
It is. But it's April 30th this year. You can look it up if you don't believe me. It's pretty clear that you don't believe me.
How's the new place going?
It's going great. Our last frost date is April 30th. And Catherine doesn't believe me.
Let it go.
Which is fine.
Let it go.
It's not like we did a whole video where like we looked it all up and categorized all of our flowers.
Hey Indiana Backyard Gardener, how are you?
Just saying.
So, new place is going good.
Yep.
We gave our contractor $7,000 and nothing's been done.
Get out of our pockets.
So that's good. Sort
It's a
of.
deposit.
Right. No, I know, it's just crazy.
They're not going to do anything if they don't have a check.
Yeah.
So.
And then we picked up a big old pile of free fencing that we got.
Mm-hmm.
And dropped that off.
So that's items like number 2 and 3 on our list. So Catherine's like already almost done. But
somebody asked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get there. But anyway, so we're excited that the contractor is getting done. But the free fencing was awesome. And like it's one of those things where on the free, like on the Facebook Marketplace, like oftentimes, and I think like the day before we got it, we tried to get like a bunch of PVC fencing that somebody was selling for $50, and they posted it like 9 hours ago, and we messaged, and they were like, already gone.
Hi, Jesse.
So, it was this free like 6-foot cedar fencing.
Which would be perfect for maybe emus.
Yeah.
Emus.
I think that would be great. And so, you know, it was like 11 hours, and I messaged this person, and they got back to us, and we were like, we will come
Hey, Hannah.
right now.
Yeah.
Because that's the key, like, with all this free stuff, it's like...
You need us there now? We're
Right.
already in the car. Give us the address.
Because as people who do give stuff away for free on the internet, it's like one of those things where you really appreciate when somebody's like, I'll be there right now, I'll take it away. So, like, we try to make sure that we're always, like, when we message somebody, it's always like, we will come right now, we're available, we're ready, got the pickup truck, we'll be there.
Two strong men.
Right. So we used to do some refinishing of furniture way back in the day, like a couple years ago, and we did it with a friend of ours. And since we have a pickup truck, we would always go pick everything up. And oftentimes, you know, you get like this old, like, not necessarily antique, but like, you know, solid wood furniture. It's really heavy. And so there would be people who would always say, like, you know, make sure you bring 2 strong men whenever you come. And, you know, me and Kat show up.
I count.
Right. But then, like, people would always counter out and they'd be like,
Like, I said you need another man. And it's just like...
And then here we are, like...
Step out the way.
hauling all this stuff, like, down 2 flights of stairs and out the... So, anyway. But so we ended up, this guy was, or this, you know, husband and wife were, like, super nice. Mm-hmm. They had all this fencing, and they actually helped drive it up to our new property, which was, like, twice as far as our house. So, like, thanks so much to them. That saved us so much work.
And the fencing was in their backyard, and we couldn't get our truck down to it, but his truck was already parked right by it. So he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll just bring it to you guys.
Yeah.
You're just one town over." And then as we were loading, we were like, "Oh, we're actually moving, da da da." And he was like, "Oh, do you want me to just bring it to the new place?" And we were like, "Yes, thank you."
Like, we would never ask him to do that.
No, never.
You know, because you're already giving something away for free, but it was so
Right.
nice. So, you know, we'll maybe have to pay that back someday to somebody.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
Yeah.
But like, you know, you can't beat that.
Jesse, when did we try to move a couch? Did it not go well? Couches are heavy because they're so, like, cumbersome.
Well, and we have a system where, so like, I will lift one end of something up
Hand it to me.
hand it to Catherine, and then I go pick up the other end.
So it's basically my bones doing all the carrying instead of my muscles.
Yeah. So that was good, and then you know what we also. I didn't know that people actually sold pallets, and it must be like a thing that over the last year you had all these people home and on Pinterest looking at pallet projects. I remember back in the day, a couple years ago, like people were just giving away pallets for free, but like recently I've seen them on sale, and like even Agway and Tractor Supply sell them for like $5 each. So we're looking to build, you know, some pallet chicken coops. So we were looking for some, and you know, it's a little tough to get them, but so then we found this tractor dealer, like just over the border in New York, that we went yesterday and picked up some pallets, and we actually got some things that look like it'll be a perfect raised bed.
Got some gate-looking things.
Got
some like weird, almost like piano-like hinges. You know, the hinges that go like totally flat.
So it is a square or a rectangle, but then
it
it
folds
folded
totally flat. It was super weird. We got 2 of those, and it was funny because we got to the place, and the guy like walked and we drove around back. He was like, "Here they are. Don't hurt yourself." And then like left us to it.
Yeah,
like,
it was don't hurt yourself and don't make a mess.
Yeah, that my kind of guy.
Yeah.
To just have at it and then not stare at us while we were. Yeah, these ones were free.
Yeah.
And there was this massive pile, and we were gonna go back today and get more, but they said that they were gonna crush whatever was left.
Yeah.
But they said that like every 2 weeks this pile gets rebuilt. So
I'll be able to go back and get some more.
yeah, maybe next week or something.
Yeah.
But the drive home was like maybe a little questionable because like if we've got like the back of the pickup truck like bed at this level and the pallets were like.
That's fine. I had it all ratcheted down. It was perfectly safe.
No, I know it was.
It ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, right.
So.
Legally required to say it's not going anywhere whenever you're tying something down to the back of a pickup truck.
If you're using more than one ratchet strap, you need to say, this isn't going anywhere, or else what are you even doing?
Yeah.
You know? But that was cool. We also there's a place, like a wood stove place around the corner from us that puts out some pallets.
Oh, did they have any?
They had 2. Yeah, so I grabbed some.
Great.
So that'll be cool. Looking forward to doing that. That's something new I haven't done before. But
Building with pallets.
yeah.
I like that there's this meme that goes around on the internet that's like, oh, look what I made out of pallets. And it's just like a pile of scrap wood or like a burn pit.
My favorite one is they show a picture of a fully intact pallet and they say, look what I made out of this coffee table. Get it?
No.
You don't get it? Because everybody makes like coffee tables
Everybody
out of
gets it,
pallets.
except for me.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to, and we used to have, because I'm in the printing industry, and there was a really big printer around the corner from us when I still had an office, and they would have pallets, but oftentimes they're smaller because they would get like 13 by 19 sheets of paper, so they would be like 14 by 20, which are not that great, but yeah, so that was cool, and we'll see how far that gets us. So I meant to mention you. I haven't mentioned this to you, but one of the things that I was thinking would be cool. So we have this.
First alerts.
Yeah. So we have the cedar fencing, right? And so Kat had a really good idea to make that part of the emu run because it would be a perfect like privacy fence, and it's really nice for a windbreak. And I was thinking when it's all set up and if we're ready, we can see if there's any local kids who would want to paint a mural on it.
I love that
It's
idea.
really into that idea. I was thinking it might be good for like an introduction for us to like our new town, but
You don't like the mural I painted?
I love the mural that you painted. That's why I want you to paint a new one and screw those kids. Like, I shouldn't say that.
It would. No, you shouldn't.
Forget those kids.
Demonetized. I feel like it would come out looking crazy.
Yeah. So maybe you'll just paint a new mural.
Since when do you like kids?
I don't like kids. I just thought. I don't. They're
Oh.
sticky and smelly and gross and loud and annoying,
Okay.
right? Am I digging myself a deeper hole here? Anyway, I think you will do a wonderful mural on our emu
So-
fence.
The emu. Who asked? Somebody asked. Sorry, I forget who it was. If how the emus are, and they're good. We weighed them on Sunday,
Yep.
and we tried to cheep at them and then listen, and nobody's talking back yet. And
One more week.
And we also tried to just like leave them on the counter and see if they would do the rock back and forth, and nobody was doing it yet.
We were at 35 days for our initial ones.
Oh, New
So-
Zealand, hello, how are you? Very cool.
Very cool.
So
So next Sunday it'll be 42 days.
and
which
that's when
means-
they should start cheaping at us.
So around 40 days is when they're supposed to be like when you're supposed to be able to tell whether they're actually
In
real
there or not, yeah.
But also like we're literally like 10 days away from 50 days.
Are we?
Yeah. So that's like 10 days away from potential emu hatching. That's pretty cool.
So with the big fence, we were thinking if we do like two sides because it's it's big. It's big solid fencing, and obviously we want to be able to see the emus too.
Right. So I was thinking like the back corner.
Yeah.
something
Right.
like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then some kind of. You won't get chased by the emus.
I don't think you'll get chased by them.
Terry, we should set up a time for you to go meet Emma the emu who lives at Kate's farm. Because she would be a perfect first emu to meet since she's elderly and...
Kate also has horses and mini horses.
This big? If we could get horses this big, I would have all of them.
Same.
Somebody, speaking of horses and whatever, how high can emus jump? You need at least 6 foot fencing.
At least.
So, at least 6 feet. But Emma the emu doesn't jump 6 feet, so...
Yeah, she doesn't jump.
No, she doesn't jump at all, which is nice. We saw on our realtor friend, elderly like Rick.
Man, jeez.
Savage.
Rick, don't listen to her. You're a youthful guy.
Hello, how are you? Our realtor, Mary, who sold us our house, she sent me a message that somebody was giving away 4 male alpacas, and I was like, ah. So I sent it to John and figured he'd be like, Catherine, like, get your act together, we don't have a place for them to live. But instead he messaged them. But by the time we found like the actual post, because the post had been shared and shared and shared and shared, and it was only posted 4 days ago, it already had 12,000 comments on it.
66,000 shares.
With somebody giving away 4 male Emus alpacas.
Yeah.
So that probably won't be happening anytime soon.
I sent her a message anyway.
Yeah, I sent her a follow-up message. She ignored your first message.
Well, I'm sure she probably got
66,000.
Yeah. They're probably rehomed by now, because that was also like 4 days ago. So
Yeah.
we'll see. If anybody's got some alpacas they're looking to get rid of,
Yeah.
let us know.
Doubt it. All right, you want to talk about your new chainsaw?
Sure. So initially, and so this is spoiler alert because it's the video that's coming out on Friday, but so we had bought a Poolin Pro like 2 years ago, which is like that Lowe's, Home Depot, cheapo brand, and we got it actually when we bought the pellet stove that we use, and the guy was nice enough to give it to us for half off, so we paid $75 for it.
Little catfish redneck.
And then I did not take really good care of it, and then I think it was probably old gasoline in it too, and I just didn't, because this past weekend we went to go cut some trees down to make space for our alpaca barn at our new place.
Well, so I dropped you off there. What did I go and do?
You went and brought...
to the dump.
Yeah, because we ripped out a whole bunch of insulation and other stuff, so Kat went to the dump. So I went there and tried to get it to cut down some trees, but it was probably due to a dull chain and a not so great chainsaw and not so well taken care of. We didn't get anything done that day. So then we went out to a local farm store, and we bought a Husqvarna 455 18-inch Rancher chainsaw, which is nice and very expensive.
Ooh, ah.
Yeah. For the people who actually care about that kind of stuff. But anyway, but it was actually really cool. So it's this we got it from this store that actually accepts roosters, and then they resell them. So we love them for that. So we're, because we go there all the time to drop off roosters. But then anyway, we got the chainsaw, and the guy spent like 15 minutes with me after we bought it to like go over everything and like how it works, high idle and all kinds of other stuff, to take care of it and be safe and all that. So that was really cool. Love shopping at a local place with people who know what they're talking about. They even helped me register the warranty. And somebody mentioned high octane fuel. Like, yeah, that we use the pre-mixed fuel.
Hi, Yogi.
So it has no ethanol in it. But anyway, and then once we got that going, that was nice. And so
Did you cut down trees with it?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
And how did it go?
I had one that didn't go the way that I had planned.
Oh, like you wanted it to fall this way and it didn't?
Correct.
I stayed home from work that day. Hey, Mulberry Branch.
Yeah.
Everybody say big congratulations to Mulberry Branch. They just did 1,000 subscribers.
Yay.
Golf clap for them. It's so exciting. I know.
And they go live right after
Right
us.
after us, yeah. So we're all going to go throw
Yeah.
some balloons and confetti at them at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So hooray for them.
Yes.
Yes. It's such a big accomplishment. And I'm like, remember very clearly the feeling when we did it, and then
Yes.
like rolling our eyes at how long it took to get to your other watchtowers
Seriously.
milestone. So
Yes.
good for you.
Congrats.
We're happy for
Yep.
you.
But so yeah, so the chainsaw worked wonders.
Chainsaw wedges are worth the money.
Yep, I bought a wedge
Oh, okay.
at Tractor Supply too, because that's one of those things. So basically, when you cut a tree, so if this is the
Hey,
tree.
Hilltop Flowers. You make such a weird tree.
So if you're cutting a tree, You want to cut an angle in it like this.
Yeah, the watermelon slice.
Right, so you want it to fall this way.
Right.
And then you do a back cut this way.
Oh, and you stuff a wedge in there.
So as you're cutting this way, you stick a little wedge in there, and that way it's an easy indicator. So you just stick it in there a little bit, and then if the tree starts tipping the wrong way, you'll see the wedge starts to tip up.
Oh, and then you know to panic.
Right.
And run.
Right.
Oh,
hey,
hi,
Jen.
Jim and Kathy. Hello, how are you?
Thanks for joining again.
So, excuse me. Are you doing like a tutorial of?
Not really.
No.
No, because I am.
Yogi, we are in Connecticut. Where do you live?
Yeah, I'm very amateur, and I say in the beginning like this is not a tutorial. This is just watching how I do it. But I watched a lot of videos.
Oh, Sunny's Place came in. Hello, didn't see you. How are you?
I got a hard hat with the.
Yeah,
all
we
the
we
stuff,
went
too.
and got him the face, ear, and hat situation
And yes, hitting spring, Friday.
Friday. And we
Yeah.
also, John has a friend. What's your friend from high school?
No, it was back in my my rock and roll days.
So John has a friend who was like just so happened to message him, ask him like a totally random question, and I was chatting on his behalf, and she mentioned that her boyfriend sells firewood, and we were like, "Oh, do we have some firewood for you?"
Yeah.
So he's gonna come pick up the wood that John cut down and maybe drop some other trees. Are you gonna get the chaps?
I don't know. The a lot of people are mentioning it here, and the other guy mentioned it. I think if
Depending on how many trees you think you're gonna cut. God bless you.
I think it may be worth it.
Yeah.
They're pretty expensive.
They're like $80. I saw them at
So maybe we'll go this weekend and pick some up.
yeah.
Because if it does hit your leg, like
It can just cut you open like meat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so maybe we'll go get some chaps.
Yeah.
We'll put that on the list. Because
Well, you better cut down a whole bunch of trees to pay for all of this stuff that we're buying you.
we don't have to get those chaps.
I don't want you to cut your legs off. I'm just saying you need to cut down a bunch of trees to pay for them.
I'd love to cut down trees.
Great.
So,
Pit Stop Kitchen Garden. Hello. How are you?
but anyway, yeah. And I mean, we used to be like, legs are priceless. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do all the clearing at the new property, but I think, for now it's going to be clearing some space for alpacas, potentially some space for chicken coops, and I think it would be good to get a good start on some beds for next year.
Yeah, we're gonna need a place before this fall to plant the perennial stuff that we want to
Well, so
take
like
with
the
us.
raspberries, the blueberries. Are we gonna dig up
Peonies.
peonies? Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll need some space.
Right.
So maybe one of the things this weekend we'll plan where we're gonna put some stuff and cut down some more trees.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know. I mean, it would be nice. It's starting like a farm from woods it's like hard to wrap my head around because we look at. I think our favorite flower farm is maybe Pepper Harrow.
Yeah.
And Florette, and they just both have like
So
clear, flat, wide open, sunny, spacious. And then you look at what we've got, and we're like, how do you turn this into that? Like, other than live in a different part of the country.
Well, I think that's part of the problem.
Yeah, right. Roots and rock fuge.
Yeah, we always make that joke whenever we dig a hole, roots and rock fuge, because it's just roots and rocks under the soil.
Yeah, that's if we wanted to farm roots and rocks, we would be in business.
Man, millionaires,
Yeah.
billionaires. You need some rocks? We got you.
Right. Pup date?
Do we still own dogs?
Well, yeah, I know
I
you're
hope
just
not.
looking for trouble because they've been barking up a storm.
Well, we also heard that one of our dogs was not behaving today.
Come here, Pebbles. Ugh. Whoa. How are the?
I am Smiley chickens are not doing
Badly.
so well. So we only had a couple of them hatch,
Only 3 hatched.
and there's only one left.
One died as a chick of splayed legs. Is that what it's called? Splayed?
I forget. But he did not
one died
did
as a
not hatch
chick.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other just died recently, so we have one. Like the biggest disappointment of chickens.
Yeah, seriously.
Ugh, okay, sorry, I'm trying to get this thing over here. Hello.
She's big now.
Oh my god.
What are you?
I was trying to get her on camera. Okay, there she is. Here's the puppy. How much of the property is for forest? So, about all of it. We bought 40 acres, and I would say 39.5 is forest. But the thing about where we live is this is like the only part of the country. Hello, Rem's family farm. This is the only part of the country. Oh. I bless you.
That was nasty.
Where like wood, instead of being like an asset that you sell, is something that you have to pay to have taken down.
Right. Yeah.
You know, we have the friend at the sawmill. Is the pipes at your news place?
Copper.
Copper?
Yeah.
Though we're probably gonna have to redo a bunch of it because it was empty for 5 years and never winterized. So probably soon to be some PEX.
Yeah. PEX?
PEX. Yeah, that's the plastic. That's what
Is
they call it.
Oh, yeah.
Who asked
Does anybody
for this?
want a dog?
Um,
Oh, come on. God.
How long before you'll be able to move? Our goal is to move by May. We originally thought the beginning of May, but now our deadline is end of May.
Yeah.
So that's when we want to be moved by. And
Well, our contractor has assured us that beginning of May wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
So figuring in some, I mean, even like 2-3 weeks for any issues, we should be good. So
Yeah.
now it's just, you know, we're in a bit of a not an issue, but you know, we have a bunch of chicks in brooders in our mud room, so we're gonna have to build some quick temporary chicken structures for out here, while we also build, you know, permanent structures.
Yeah. We're sort of in like a catch-22 where it's like, well, we need something here now, but we're also moving in 2 months.
Right.
So
That's why we're trying to build with pallets and stuff like that, because we're gonna end up needing to build a ton of stuff.
right.
And so to try to buy lumber for all of it is going to be ridiculous. So, and TNS, we will drive her out there.
How long of a drive from old house to new house? About like a short 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe like 25 or so. And it's an easy drive, and we can go back and forth, no problem. It's just that like, so we were talking about after we cut down the trees that are in the way of where the barn is going to go, we were like, oh, then maybe we could start the barn, but at some point we're going to have the electrical updated, so that means we'll probably be without power for at least some period of time. So then we get up there with like power tools and everything, and like the compressor
Right.
for the nail gun.
Well, that's the really
worky.
the main thing. Yeah, and so like right now we have some 100 amp service up there, but I don't think that's enough to run our little air compressor. So like trying to frame out the alpaca barn would be tough. I mean, we could just do it, you know, hammer and nail. But we'll see.
Yeah.
You know, it depends, because I heard from the zoning guy today, and he said that I actually need to come down to City Hall to get the permit all set, but he said that they could do it on site. So.
Sorry, I made that sound over hitting the springs. Getting rid of stumps. Yeah, so getting rid of the stumps. And then the other thing that's like messing with me is like leveling and like, you know, getting it to all be like topsoil instead of like a series of roots and rocks.
Yeah.
So we're gonna need to like pay somebody with big equipment to do that. And we're just trying to figure out like what the most cost effective way of like, we cut down some trees and then the firewood guy takes them away, and then like, do we pay a stump grinder to come out, or do we pay a guy with a backhoe to come and pull them out, or does the guy who does the land leveling take care of the stumps?
Yeah, and I was actually thinking about that after I cut down the trees.
Hi, Little Mountain Life.
Which is, you know, if maybe when we cut down the trees, we want to leave more of a stump
So it's easier to grab.
so that the excavator can come and grab it and shake it and pull the stumps out. But who knows? But yeah, I think, if we can at least cut down the trees, then we can pretty much just have somebody with an excavator come out.
And at least then you'll be able to like see what you're really looking at, because
Right.
right now you can't see.
It's hard to picture it because
Right.
it's all just trees.
Yeah, and we have like an aerial like shot of like the map, and it's so hard to like turn your brain from like what that little picture looks like to like.
Because you also don't know where the trees are on that map. So it's like I can look at the map and say, okay, so it's going to be 120 feet from this property line and 60 feet from the corner of this house, but there might be 60 trees right in there. So it's,
And if there's any kind of.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, the Geocache family, how are you?
So.
Yeah, it's complicated. So.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of stuff that we'll only have to do once, like that stuff, hopefully.
Right.
Hey, City Boy Farming, how are you? My excavator preferred to cut the trees 5 feet from the ground.
So that they have leverage, like you said.
That's good to know. Get a drone, take some footage.
Feel free to send us one if you like.
I know. So someday we'll have a drone. We did like when we very first started, we talked about like, oh, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll buy a drone. But then we realized that no,
we have other stuff that we'd like to spend that kind of money on. And Jim, we could rent a stump grinder. They are a little expensive, just because you.
Oh my gosh! Sorry.
Dog just kicked the tripod.
Donkey kick. Sheesh.
Because you can rent a stump grinder like hourly, but we're gonna have like thousands of stumps.
Right.
So it might make more sense. Also, like overall, that way we actually take care of like all of the roots and stuff. If we have an excavator come, and we'll see. I don't know that that's necessarily in the
because I think
immediate future.
a stump grinder just goes down and brings the stump
To like ground level.
Yeah, but we need something to like get rid of those roots and like.
Right, to get
so
rid
we
of
can,
like, the main root
so we can
ball.
plant.
Right.
But we do think we talked about renting a wood chipper.
We did.
But I don't know. The house across from me and Nico Ben, it seems like they're like trying to change the elevation of that ground by having companies dump wood chips and like fill in. Do people do that? Like instead of using like clean fill, they use wood chips?
I think that's probably better than clean fill.
Oh yeah?
Well, at least you know what it is.
Yeah. Oh gosh, the puppy.
Yeah.
I want a drone so bad for my 90 acres. It would be good. Yeah, drones are so cool, and people who do like drone footage is very, very cool.
Once again, Pepper Harrow Farm.
Yeah, they just posted on their Instagram today a picture of them laying down in their lavender field, and it's not like
So
lavender
nice.
colored yet, but it's really cool.
Yeah. There's somebody, I think Hidden Spring. Or Mulberry Brants, yeah. Or a bulldozer would work too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to talk to a bunch of people. Hey,
Yeah.
Cajun Hydroponics, how are you?
And it might be one of those things where we take down the trees and just have somebody come out and just do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Once again, probably not this year.
Any regulations up there about drones? Not that we know of, but we should probably look into that before
Well, just
we do.
just the normal. I think you do have to register with the FAA, and you have to give it like a.
Some places have like no-fly zones and things like that, though. I mean, there's
There
not
might
an
be
airport.
that. It also depends on the weight of the drone, like how serious it is.
Right.
So if you just get like a little.
Like the difference between driving a scooter and a motorcycle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's been really nice and warm out. I've been thinking about my motorcycle.
I know we should. I was thinking about your motorcycle today.
Were
too.
you?
Yeah, because while I was dog walking, somebody drove by and gave me a little on his motorcycle.
Guys are waving at you?
Yeah.
You want me to beat them up?
Usually it's the FedEx guys. They can't get enough.
What?
But we should take your motorcycle out of my mom's house and bring it up to Newtown now that there's a garage at your disposal.
Everybody heard that, right? You let me know when you would like to do that.
Little Mountain Life part of the 107 certification? What is that? Is that for drones? I don't know what that is. You had his motorcycle out for a spin today.
Joanne, I don't think you could reach the footboards if you sat on it. But anyway.
Also, don't sit on it, because if it falls down, you will not be able to stand it back up.
No.
I'm looking for a PTO wood chipper shredder. It's a lot more expensive.
But you have a big tractor, right? Like a Kubota? I think.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What kind of bike?
It's a 2002 Harley Fat Boy. It's very nice.
Hey, come on, Homesteading. How are you? Thanks for coming. Okay.
If you make money with your drone, you need the Part 107 FAA certificate. Yeah.
As like a business?
I don't think we're gonna make money. It would just be for. I don't know if it would be classified as personal use, but we're not gonna like use it to make money.
Tony Spence laughs at him when he's out on your bike. Nice. I like. Hey, Swarmstead.
Yeah.
I didn't see you come in. Hello.
Oh, is that a Sportster? Let me know. But anyway, very excited because it's just getting, it's so close to like spring and summer.
Yeah.
And it's just been so cold.
Spring was whispering to us today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like we had the windows open the other day. Just beautiful.
Technically, you're making money on YouTube with the footage. Yeah.
Interesting.
I suppose you like could make that argument, but I feel like it would kind of be like, oh, well, listen, we're not really making any money on our YouTube channel. Like, come over and search us.
Put an action cam 50 feet up on a pole. Yeah. I actually made a selfie stick out of like a piece of PVC and like this, like the actual my cell phone holder on my motorcycle, and Catherine makes fun of me for it. But it works, and I think it looks nice.
You think it looks nice?
I think it makes the footage look better than when I'm just holding it.
Okay, yeah. You know, the thing about it.
Tell me about it.
It's a little heavy for my weak little wrists, because that like motorcycle grippy thing is.
It's a little heavy.
It's a little heavy, but it's fine. Hubby got a bike last year. What kind of bike?
Nice. I also got a bike. I got my bike last year.
Last year, first year.
Last year, first year. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Revenue on
There.
YouTube, but definitely not.
Definitely
profit.
not. That's well said. Perfectly.
No clue. Nice.
Same. It's like, oh yeah. Well, I know it's a Harley.
Yeah.
Because I went to the dealership to give my 2 cents.
Yep.
This video is about talking about the 107 for YouTube creators. You need monetized content, and if somebody reported you, then the FAA could contact. Well,
Is that a threat? Just kidding.
yeah. Well, I guess we'll cross that bridge if a drone ever falls into our lap.
Yeah.
So.
At Swarmstead, when you have to take a motorcycle safety course where we live in order to get the endorsement on your license, and there was a guy who was there. You can either get the scooter certificate or you can get the motorcycle certificate, which covers both. And some guy he decided he just wanted the scooter certificate, so that's what he did. We rode on our honeymoon in Hawaii. We rode scooters out there.
It was so much fun.
That was the best.
Yeah.
That was so cool. There were some times where it was like the speed limit was a little high for those things.
Yes.
Or
like if the incline.
You go real fast. But like overall, that was such a cool experience to go scootering around Hawaii.
Yeah, I would say that was maybe my favorite part of the honeymoon.
Oh, my favorite was the waterfall rappelling.
What was your actual favorite?
I think
What about the zip lining?
The zip lining was cool. But I think the scootering was just so much fun.
Yeah, because I thought that let us be like a little bit more spontaneous.
Yeah.
And like saw that cliff jumping, which was also super fun.
Yeah.
And by saw that cliff jumping, I mean doing that cliff jumping.
We jumped.
Yeah.
Well, Melbourne, Australia. Alpacas are doing good. They're actually doing. They're much happier now that the snow has melted a little bit, so they have more yard to roam. So that's nice.
Oh, the mud buggying.
Oh, that was pretty fun.
That was super fun.
I wish it had shocks. Hurt my.
A little bouncy, but super fun.
That actually was a lot of fun.
Good looking out, Joanne.
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff.
People have been reporting homestead channels for minor infractions to law enforcement, code enforcement. Oh, geez, interesting.
Well, so it isn't. So when we built our greenhouse,
Yes.
we originally sank posts into the ground, and with cement, and our local zoning officer saw that video.
Yeah, we were not reported.
Right,
but
they saw
that's
it.
how they found out.
Right, and they said, and we also didn't get a permit, but so like we looked at the law or the regulations, and it says
Yeah, big
you
flap.
do not need a building permit for structures under 200 square feet, such as sheds and greenhouses. So we were building a greenhouse that was 144 square feet, so we thought we were in the clear. Turns out you still need a zoning permit.
And said zoning permit was not approved with sunken posts.
Right, so we had to cut them off, lift it up, and put it on blocks, which was
After it was already built.
which is a pain in the butt, but
But it's done.
yeah, it's on the books and it's legal, and
yes, and it was inspected
all
and
signed
we're
off.
passed. Yeah, so I do think I guess that's something that like whether or not we were reported or like that is something that we've learned by like kind of putting ourselves out there. It's probably wise to be like on the up and up.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I had a meeting with the zoning and the building department 3 or 4 weeks ago in our new city to just make sure that we were on the same page. And they are actually way
laid
more
back.
lax. Yeah, way laid back compared to our current town. So looking forward to working with those people over there. They're super nice.
Oh, Rebel Canners, you got our back. Thank you.
What happened?
I'm not sure. All I'm seeing is that Rebel Canners has got our back.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
And yeah, Indiana Backyard Gardener, we saw about Manny.
Thank you, the newbie steaders.
Appreciate that.
Got here just
You're
in
the
time. love that perfect timing.
Yeah.
Your wrench must have been calling
Right.
to you. So thank you, friends.
We did see Jess's video about Manny, the alpaca,
Yeah.
passing away. It was really sad.
Somebody asked that.
Indiana Backyard Gardener.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if that was going to come up since we just talked about it literally last week, right?
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is sad.
I no judgment coming from this end. It's just sad. It's sad for
Yeah.
them because I know that they care about their alpacas and their animals in general. But it's sad for Manny because he didn't have a super good shake at it, and
Yeah.
I'm full of sadness for that whole situation.
When anytime an animal dies, it's always sad.
It's sad, and it's it's in some ways like a preventable death is even sadder. You know, like if just something.
So just remember, if you have alpacas, you want to make sure that you have alpaca companions for them.
Yeah.
And in general, you don't want to keep them with goats.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of
dietary.
There's a lot of
things.
different thoughts. There's somebody in our town that keeps their alpacas with goats, and they're fine.
But they're fine until they're not.
Right. And alpacas are really stoic animals.
And you don't know that they're sick until it's too late. It's sad.
Exactly. It's really sad.
I was thinking about Manny all day today. Like while every
Getting
single.
ready for our
Well,
live-
just I was just feeling bad. Like every dog I was walking, I was just feeling.
Yeah.
I was feeling sad.
Yeah. It is sad.
And I was feeling thankful that our animals are all healthy.
Yeah.
And.
Speaking of which, I think we need to find a new vet
Do you?
for our alpacas. Yeah. Because our guy is just a little. He's too busy.
A little hard to. Well, maybe there will be somebody up towards.
Yeah, I think there is
New
somebody
property.
up north. So, look into that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, well, now that we've talked about a sad thing, let's talk about a super happy thing.
what's the super happy thing?
So, on our window greenhouse build, Garden Answer, Laura, left us a comment, said, looks good. So, like...
Catherine cried.
I didn't cry.
You cried.
I'll cry right now.
Did a little cry.
She has a gardening channel that is just like so above and beyond amazing. They've got 5 acres and they do like beautiful landscaping stuff.
She's got over 1 million subscribers.
And she's got over 1 million subscribers. And I just look up to her so much.
She's such like a genuine, really nice person. Like just personable.
Yes.
And super nice.
So
and
down to earth,
right.
so positive, so informed. She has such a knowledge base that is just like mind-boggling, and she does an excellent job. Something that we could for sure improve on, of like doing everything to the absolute best of your ability.
Yeah.
Like I feel like sometimes we're just like, just get it done and keep it moving.
Sometimes.
And like we can't like keep up with ourselves. You know, and it helps that she has like employees.
It does.
But
well, that's her job. I think if our jobs were to do this, I think we would end up doing a much better job.
Swarmside Garden Answer, Laura, she twice as fast, half as good. That's my motto. But anyway,
Joanne's Joanne's motto for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Joanne's motto is twice as good, half as.
Twice as fast, half as good. But I think Catherine's actual motto is twice as fast, just as good.
That's what I aim for. But anyway, yeah, I just like, you know, I about exploded when she left like that comment. And you know, we don't get notified of all of the comments that get left on our YouTube channel, but somehow YouTube filters out like certain people. And I probably, since she's checkmark verified.
It notified?
Yeah, it notified. And I was like, oh!
Yeah.
Like, immediately pinned it, screen grabbed it, like, about to print it out and hang it on the fridge and just stare at it. So it's pretty stinking cool, if you ask me.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Because we have, well, I'm not doing a good job of keeping it up, but we do have some screenshots saved of, like, some super nice comments that we've gotten. Like there was one lady, I think her name is Rebecca or Roberta, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I have hers saved for sure, where she said, like, she left us this really long comment that was like, you know, originally my kids just wanted to see some animals, so we watched the alpaca videos, and then we stayed for the flower farmers, and then she was like,
now I'm invested in
and now
these
I'm
people
watching
halfway
like
across the country.
It's just like, it's so nice.
It's cool to have like personal connection, which I think we talked about last night, but like, Garden Answer was like highest level. I don't think there's anybody whose YouTube channel I look up to more
than hers.
Yeah. She's just so.
Everything about her's great.
She's so amazing. She just had a baby 7 weeks ago, and she's back to putting out content 5 days a week. Like, if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, I don't know. Such a hard worker.
She is a hard worker.
Yeah.
And that is something that you appreciate.
Yes, for sure, yeah. And it's funny because, like, when I first started watching her content, like, I would read the comments, and all the comments are like, because her videos come out at 7 o'clock in the morning, and people are always like, oh, I haven't even had a cup of coffee yet, and she's already had a whole day, and, like, you know, she does more work in an entire day than or in these 15 minutes than I do the whole day, and that's just, you know, her vibe, and I appreciate it.
Yep.
So,
she's good.
That was cool.
That was cool.
Super cool.
Yeah. So our contractor, so we mentioned it in the very beginning. So we got our deposit down for our contractor. They should be starting work the end of this week or early next week. So I'm figuring.
So hopefully by the end of next week
it'll
start.
Next week we'll start. Yeah. And then I think they're gonna need to start with the electrical.
Yeah.
To get the well pump running, and then once they get the electrical all good and going, then they're going to work on getting the water running, and I think hopefully concurrently with that they'll work on the roof. So we found out that we have several flat parts of the roof there as well as the gable part, and so the gable has cedar shingles, so they're going to replace that with asphalt. And then there's a lot of fascia and like soffit damage around the outside.
Yeah, somewhere a tree had fallen like on the roof and broken a big hunk of it.
And there's also just some rot along the outside, so they're going to have to sister some of the rafters that are there. And I guess since they're going to be pulling some of that up off the edge, they're going to have to replace a lot of the rubber roof, which stinks because it's obviously an additional cost, but it's like one of those things where you got to make sure.
Do it once, do it right.
Exactly.
Keep it moving.
So, you know, leaky roof is not one of the things that we want to be dealing with a year from now or 2 years from now.
Yeah, and especially because, like, especially upstairs where the mold problem was, we don't want to fix the mold problem inside, but not fix the leaky roof issue,
Right,
and then have
right.
it come right on back.
And I think there is some question, because the house has been vacant for so many years. So most of the people said that the mold that we see is condensation, but there is some moisture. It's a cedar shake roof, so it's just not good. So we need to just replace it. So definitely a big expense, but worth it.
Indiana Backyard Gardener, do you mean the comment that she left? Yeah, that was on the 5-minute window greenhouse build. Unless you're talking about what we're talking about right now, and we're talking about the new property.
And we are not taking the window.
Taking the window. Oh God, I can't read. We made eye doctor appointments.
We did. I'm gonna try to get contacts. I'm scared. But we're not taking the window greenhouse. We're actually gonna be building.
We're gonna build another one, a bigger one.
Yeah, 16 by 32 instead of 12 by 12. So, if you got any spare windows, let us know.
I know we have. You think we have enough, or you think we need more? No.
I think we need more.
No. I can't touch my eyes for content. Yeah, John is. We'll see how it goes because he doesn't like touching his eyes either.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I don't have any problem touching my eyes or applying eye makeup.
Try to give her an eye drop.
You come near me with eye drops and I'm gone.
Yeah.
It's like just a cloud of dust in my place. So.
Do a walk through the piping expansion pump, etc. Might be able to help troubleshoot you guys. Huh? Nice.
What? Sorry, who said that? M. If you do a walkthrough.
Yeah. Well, so there's a scary basement that has a ton of attic crickets living in it, which are like the creepiest little bugs I've ever seen. But, yeah, so I guess, I think everything's okay down there. They have a radon remediation kit and like all kinds of stuff like that. But, yeah. Well, and Brian, you gotta save your windows for your window greenhouse.
I think he's pretty much done. He was
Fitting the gable
cutting
ends,
glass. Yeah, I'm excited to see how that goes.
I'm excited to see too.
Because we cut plastic to do the corner bits, but we also, for the gable, we have a round. What?
I don't know.
Thanks, Anmar. Sorry if I said your name wrong.
How's the raccoon?
How's the raccoon? Well, we think we found how he's getting in. And by we, I mean Terry and Rob. But
turns out the raccoon has like his own private entrance. But
yeah. Did we get a water test done? No, the water wasn't running.
we did get a water test.
Yes.
Yeah, contractor actually did the water test to make sure.
Oh, the contractor did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I mean, after we already bought the house. So.
Right. But I mean, we were gonna get the well tested, but the basement was too scary for the well inspector when he came, so he didn't actually go and look at it. But we knew that there was an oil spill many years ago that was remediated.
Like an underground buried oil tank that was leaking.
But so they took that tank out and remediated the oil, and then there's a new filtering system in there. And then in Connecticut, like all the well water has radon.
Made of porcelain.
You are.
That's very nice of you. Thank you. It's makeup. Hey, Dee's.
I like that guy.
This is my husband, John. Hi, Dee's.
She's married, bro.
Be nice.
Nice. Just kidding.
Hi, Dee's. We're Vermer composting. How are you?
Yeah.
You're joining us at an odd moment.
Very odd time right now. But yeah, so.
Hi, homesteading hopeful. How are you? Homestead hopeful. Sorry.
So hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll know more probably in like another week or two.
Right.
We'll know more about how everything is going.
Yeah, because they're
how
gonna,
sad we'll be about mounting bills.
Well, they're gonna have to work with the power company on the 200 amp service. I think we have the capability, but who knows if they're gonna have to move the panel or whatever other electrician stuff that they have to do.
Yeah, it's weird. The electric panel for this house is on the second floor. I've never seen that before, so I don't know if that's.
It's another one of those things where they built these houses before they had like the building codes.
Right.
So like that wouldn't fly now because it's technically a closet. I don't think you can have a panel in a closet.
Invest in a pair of FR coveralls for scary basement and headlamp. And maybe
Some
some
sage.
sage. No, no ghosts.
Yeah.
No ghosts allowed.
I got the Tyvek coverall to get in there and get like all this old nasty moldy insulation out.
Yeah, it's pretty much cleaned out now.
Yeah, it's the attic crickets are still there, but that's somebody else's problem now.
Who?
So, the contractor.
Oh, is he gonna go down there?
I'm not going down there. Pay him for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to pay extra for the attic crickets. Just kidding. Did you even see them? Do you know what they look
No,
like?
I don't know what they look like. But when you were describing them like bugs of horror,
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Oh, that's an attic cricket," so I'm sure they're awful.
Well, just imagine like a bright, shiny, silver spider that has cricket legs
Yeah.
and jumps at you.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds bad. Sounds slightly crab-like.
Right.
Yeah. Anything
So we'll see.
jumping with legs is
Jumping with legs.
not cool.
No good.
Except for like, Olympic hurdlers, they jump with legs, and they're probably just fine. You're okay. I want to see these bugs.
Google attic crickets.
I'll Google
You
them.
will see them, for sure.
I'll Google them and then hold up my laptop.
So we are the epitome
Yeah.
of technology over here. So
Attic.
Catherine's gonna Google attic crickets, and then we'll show you her laptop. So, yeah, they are awful.
Oh. This is what they look like? They just look like regular crickets.
This one.
I mean,
You know,
they were worse in my nightmares.
well, however they look on the internet, when you are
when they're coming at you
when
eye
you're,
level.
when you're looking at a dark basement and you're shining it and you see these little things hanging from the ceiling just looking at you.
And then they jump. Yeah.
Not a good thing.
The picture doesn't do them
thank you.
justice.
Yeah. They're on my side.
No, I know. To me, it doesn't look that different than a regular old cricket.
Okay.
And regular old crickets, I have no fear. Cause
Yeah, I got no beef with regular crickets.
they don't bite or anything, and they play that little leg violin song like in James and the Giant Peach.
Homestead Hopeful, you are more than welcome to come and catch it and study it all you want.
Yeah.
Be my guest. Terrifying. But anyway,
Mole crickets.
mole crickets.
Well, that sounds kind of horrifying. Moles are pretty weird.
Moles are weird. Moles.
They
Yeah,
look-
cricket married a spider.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that doesn't sound good.
No,
No.
they don't look good.
We probably shouldn't have like cross insexual relationships. Bugs are bad enough. Put that away.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Did you guys have radon testing done in the States? Yeah, and where do you live? I don't know. Where we live in Connecticut, radon is pretty common. In like interior basements, you would definitely want to. Oh, okay. Sorry if we just buffered. And we also, sometimes there's radon in the water in this area, but I think we'll probably have the water tested. East Coast Canada. Yes. Oh, so you're probably, basically just a northernly neighbor. Are you getting a silky chick to show?
Yep.
So is that the one with the little top hat?
So there's two that have a really nice top hat. One of them is a gray silky. I mean, just look at that hairdo.
Get him from the profile.
Trying to escape. Just look at that little hairdo. So they're getting
To the we're afraid of everything stage.
yeah. It is funny how they go through those stages where like chicks are not afraid of anything and then they're afraid of everything. And then they're back to not afraid. But these we got some that are super cute in here.
The Zen chicken. So tiny.
Rick wants that hair. And
Oh, John's hairs or this hairs?
that hair.
Yeah, not that your hair isn't something to be jealous of as
I
well.
was trying to get the same hairdo, but it's not. My hair's too long. Not quite the same effect.
So it seems like most of the silkies that we got, because we bought like our color variety pack, And I think we got a few grays, like maybe 1 or 2 browns, a black or 2 maybe, but the vast majority of them are white.
Yeah.
So.
A little disappointing. We were hoping for more variation.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
And it's okay. It's just that, like, you know, like right now when everything is all muddy, if they're outside and they have the little, I don't know if you can see their little feet, they have the little feathered feet. So then in the mud, they're going to get, you know, if they're white feather feet, they'll get all brown and sad. So, well, we keep them all. So we bought straight runs, so we probably don't need half of 25 roosters.
But yeah, we'll keep all the other ones that are there.
Yeah, because right now on our website we're selling Jeffrey eggs and Norman eggs, and we want to add silky eggs too, and then whatever other varieties we bought. So hopefully we'll have some hatching eggs someday. But I mean, 2 years from now, you know, the long game.
Well, next year we'll have a wide variety.
Hopefully.
Of hatching eggs available. It'll take a little into the year, but probably midsummer next year we will have like hatch rates figured out and everything like that. Because we have like how many? 150
coming?
chicks?
Coming?
70.
Yeah, more like 70.
More like
But
70.
plus this 25, and then it's 70 from Murray McMurray, but then another 30 from Meyer.
But Meyer's later this year.
Right, like October. So it is like 100 plus these 25 plus the 20 or so we have in the incubator plus the 30 or so we have in the brooder plus the 100 or so we have outside.
How about that math?
Yeah, I know.
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, nobody clock us on that math.
So, all right. Well, so that I think is that going to do it for us?
Oh yeah, so it's 8:01. So Mulberry Branch is going live right now. If anybody wants to go join them, we'll go.
Definitely go check them out.
Chat them up a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
chicken math got us hard on that one.
big time. Only 50 chickens, Ann. That's right. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Thank you, everybody, for coming by.
Thank you.
Be sure to go check out Mulberry Branch, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good night. Thank you for coming, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bink.